Hi, good evening to all of you guys. Randeep, Shruti, Furs, Dipinderjeet Singh, Karan, Aisha. Am I audible? Okay. Very good evening to again all of you. And let's start with analysis straight away. So first, very silly journal, boring question. So, what was your take on how did you fare in this Bull Mock Cat 10? All of you guys, if I am audible, if my voice is reaching you, so how did you fare in this particular exam? So our confidence level up, down, stagnant, what is happening? Scored fine, good. Keep it up, Vivek. Vivek means wisdom. You will never fail and you can never fail. Dipinder, fine. Okay, so guys, my take, okay, welcome Vivek. And my take is that in this particular exam, if I talk about the level of difficulty, if we divide this into three components, there were 17 easy questions. Congratulations. Moderate 14, and there were only 3 difficult questions. So when it comes to scoring or strategizing this exam while taking exam, so this paper was manageable, but few questions were really tricky, and I picked up just those few questions, tricky questions, where one was like Newton law, another was based on Moore's law. There were few questions which were tricky, so we'll be discussing these tricky questions only. Otherwise paper was quite manageable, and hope so. Let's and hope for the best. Let's hope, let's pray that real cat should be of the same level. And this time Bullcat 10 we kept Bullcat 10 was kept close to the real cat while preparing this. So we kept this LOD of original cat in mind. So if you're scoring fine in this exam, so you're almost there. We have won the battle. Only the victory ceremony is to be there. Rest, the path is clear. The sun, we see the shining light. So let's check what questions we have picked up for today. The first question is about the first paragraph. I picked up this first paragraph, question number 2 and 3. So it is about the how life originated on this earth, and how come few things combined together and created this life on earth, and how it all started. The passage has given 2 or 3 theories. If you recall, it was about amino acids coming together, joining together, creating chain of amino acids, converting, finally transforming themselves into life originating precursors, etc. So kind of based on science. These passages can be termed as very cold, unemotional, and straight away logic driven. If you are from science background, it will be easier for you because we all are aware of Darwin theory and etc. But anybody from non-science background will find this passage like art movies, parallel cinema. So are you able to recall this passage? Yes, Randeep Huda from Bollywood, Shruti. So let's check questions. In this one experiment, I think was author has picked up cyanobacteria are found as pillow-shaped communities, and then a passage talked about few scientists conducting experiments on this creation of life, or how life got originated, etc. So okay, what can be inferred about the use of adjective fledgling? If you know the meaning of fledgling as such, could have answered this question, but let's go back to the word where lines where you'll find fledgling. So the late bombardment created hellish condition on earth. It melted the crust of the planet, threw molten rock into the atmosphere, and evaporated the fledgling oceans. Nothing could seem more opposed to development of fragile biological molecules. Means it all started then. By reading these lines, we come to know about this, the time of this happening of this event and how it all started, and it just started at that time. That is how we can make out easily. So if I go back to the question once again, then I'll find that what can be inferred about the use of adjective fledgling, guys. Your take. Yes, guys. Rishi, Amrita, the nectar. Water had just come into the planet, then had formed oceans. Yes, fledgling means thing. It's just start of anything. Weak in the terms of in terms of formation, and it just started. Yeah, developing, Shruti. You all are born genius. So move on to second question. Now this is very tricky question, and generally this question is simple. Passage was readable, understandable, nothing so-called rocket science about this passage. And what can be positively stated about the oldest form of the life? And most of the students have picked up this answer wrong. When you try to bring in your own knowledge, then you'll pick up second, because this line is also there. It came in from outer space. If you are sci-fi fan, movie bug. Yeah, Vivek, most of the students got this question wrong. Not because the question was difficult for us to understand, or it was way out of track, simply out of this world question, probably because of, yeah, Rishi, I think you love watching sci-fi movies. Species 1, Species 2, Species 3. While answering such an easy question, actually we all feel overconfident. We feel that it can be answered easily, no need to go back to even passage. This is a silly mistake we all commit, including me even sometimes. But if you look at the passage and come to the choices, it took the form of cyanobacteria. We are not sure. With surety we cannot say that author has mentioned this word, and yes, but he's also not sure, and we are also not sure as per the information given in the passage whether this was the first to come or first to originate. Could be virus even. It first came into 3.5 billion years ago. May or may not. We don't know. It came from outer space. Strictly he has taken up, I think, meteor explosion, etc. And one of the lines, I think, tangentially gave this line, but it is for sure that entire passage talked about that carbon, hydrogen, oxygen combining together and forming amino acids, and the experiment also, second, third paragraph of this passage focused on this. So therefore answer, amino acid formed its building block. So we are talking about oldest form of the life. Just try to understand the question. What can be stated about the oldest form of the life? Means we are talking about life form, how it came into being. What was that? And how it was, we haven't been asked. We are talking about oldest form of the life. Life came into being, and what kind of life that was. So I could have answered even without reading the passage this also. Science students can easily answer. Am I clear, guys? If you are. So amino acid form its building blocks. This is for sure, be it cyanobacteria, be it any form of life on this earth, primarily all the life forms right from the starting till now build up of this chemical amino acids. Let's move on to next question. Now this is very simple, again grammar based question, and we have been asked, so how you are doing in grammar, guys? Are you confident now? Vivek, okay, not so fine, comfortable with this. And other, Rishi, you are sage. Amrita, okay. Randeep, kind of. It depends upon who is sitting beside you, Randeep, from Bollywood. If environment is eco-friendly, is very warm around, things would go fine. Sign of a great actor. Okay, so okay, yes, because most of the time you will come across, and I generally tell all of you, all my students in all the sessions, that we have got only limited stuff. Even paper setter, CAT paper setters also have limited stuff when it comes to grammar based questions, setting grammar based questions, and we have got only 6 types of error: subject verb, pronoun reference, modifier, parallelism. If you note down, jot down all the questions, save them at one place, you will find that we keep on repeating the stuff. And if you revise, keep on revising these 500, 800 odd questions in all the mocks you have taken with Bullseye and all the CATs also, you will find repetition. So nothing to worry about here. The A is wrong. The rationale means the logic for breeding endangered animal in zoo are. It cannot be are. So this is wrong. In place of are, it has to be, yeah, Dipinder, is. So I thought of using pen this time. It was just lying in front of me, so I thought why not to pick it up. And in E also, we have been asked to pick up the grammatically correct. So E is also B. Once a species that fall below a certain number, they is. Either it is or they are. So this is also wrong. But species seems to be plural, but it is considered singular. So it is. It has to be it is. And in serving a trust, this is also suffering from wrong modification. It's saying that in serving as a trust for rare fauna, millions of dollars have been spent by zoo to care for animals. In serving should come somewhere here. So A, B, E wrong, no doubt. Answer is 3. You all are correct. Very simple question, but because of tension in the examination, we are not able to solve these questions. So what we see, the moral of the story is that questions based on subject verb or pronoun reference, pronoun subject agreement or wrong modification, only 3 types, and we keep on repeating, juggling these 3, 6 or 6 types in all the exams. They also have got this limited stuff, but this time let's see what will happen. We will come to know only on 29th of November, on the D-Day, what exactly kind of pattern they will be giving. But let's hope for the best. And I don't give much damn to this grammar. If you are not comfortable, need not to worry, but if you want to improve, just revise and keep revising these questions along with these tricks. So let's move ahead, guys. So let's start with the next question. And this time the question is right now based on confusing words and their usages. Are Dipinder, sentence number 1 you're talking about, or are you talking about the option? I think you have to think again. Yes, in this case, so Vinayak, are you Vinayak Modi? Okay, so you keep on sending us the mail regarding any that how come this question was correct, or so did you send this time also? Bullcat 10 also, I think 1 or 2 questions you asked through mail. Vinayak, which question? Vinayak Modi. So we have got Prime Minister with us today. So Vinayak, I think you asked me question number 10th or 15th or 27th, in which you talked about law analysis. No. I think you talked, no, that Rakshit was there. I'm not able to recall. Let's see, but I have picked up this question also, just for because I found this question very interesting. Okay, so the question is answer to this. So talking about a few of the words. The spy succeeded only because he had a friend on inside to help him. So we should know the word to help him. So it is again by chance. It's again primarily usage, application, understanding based question. For example, salicylates are formed by the accretion/accretion. I am damn sure that it cannot be accretion. So accretion means totaling into, aggregation of, totaling of, joining of the minerals. So in the second A, our father was amenable, friendly. A. The government appropriated the farmer's land without justification, took over. A. And cast aspirations. So it cannot be B in 5th also. All A's. I just need to take one chance, and this is only possible here in 2nd. Even no need to think of taking risk. So all A's, guys. I think Vinayak, this is your question. inevitably one day an asteroid will be discovered or something. 27th, you asked me 27th. That is based on one of the passage. More you analyze, less you analyze, the more credible it is. Okay, Vinayak. I just answered your mail. So did you understand that explanation? Because we are talking about log, cause and effect and lack or more of analysis. So yes, Vinayak, did you read the mail? Okay, just give Cat 11. So how was Cat 11, Vinayak? Level of difficulty wise, I'm asking. Accuracy good, very good. Attempted less this time. Okay. So guys, coming on to this question, in this we are supposed to answer one question based on this passage. It says that inevitably one day an asteroid will be discovered. One of the students online inquiry asked me this also, that how come the first option means is something exploded above the surface of anything, how come Newton law could come into picture? So I'll try to explain this. So inevitably one day an asteroid will be discovered on a collision course on Earth. As soon as its path can be reliably predicted, plans will be put into action to attempt deflect it. So astronomers, scientists, etc. have a number of methods in mind for doing this. Now one of the methods, blowing the asteroid into pieces or two pieces with nuclear weapons, is not the answer, because this would not change the orbit of the fragments. Instead, coming toward a cannonball, single ball, it would be transformed into buckshot. It will fragment, can be fragmented into pieces, will fragment into pieces. Now another way is exploding nuclear weapons some way above the asteroid surface will be more successful, might be more successful, no doubt, if it is a tricky option. So if you have understood the question, let us go back move on to the answer options. So guys, what would be the best explanation now if something of this sort is tried, and what would be the best explanation for the success using exploration above the surface option? So you need to pick up the choice, and you need to write an explanation also in this chat box. Orbit is to be altered, yes. So in the explanation, how come some of the rocks would be melted and without release and would release gases, to nudge is to shift or move the asteroid into safe orbit. Most of the students picked up, see, third is cancelled because we don't want to convert this huge single ball into buckshots. So third is out. Second, people picked up even second choice also, those who are very confident about America's nuclear abilities. So fourth also, yeah. But pebbles are as dangerous as buckshot. Yeah, third is correct, but it will not serve the purpose, because again they'll be coming to us, the pebbles, the small, anything small with a speed of 60-70,000 per kilometers per second, sorry, so can kill us, wipe us out. So we need to pick up, because he already has given, and the point is to change the orbit. Now let us, atmosphere will destroy it. Okay, possibility is there. But in case we are talking about deflection, we are not talking about complete destruction. Had it been the last few lines deleted from the passage, answer would have been third. You are absolutely correct, Shreya. And but it depends upon the size, the ball split into what kind of sizes, and it depends upon. So coming out of the first option. Now some of the rocks would be melted and would release gases. Now with the release of gases, according to the third law, every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction. So the asteroid will move in a direction opposite to the direction of release of gases. So this is third law, will come into picture and will deflect the asteroid. That's how things would happen. We have been asked that we need to pick up the choice which will justify. Now Shreya, listen carefully. We have been asked to pick up the choice which can justify the procedure adopted by the scientists, that they don't want to explode something over, not on, or we don't want to even hit asteroid with this nuclear weapon. Missiles, let's say, per se, is not going to, will not hit the asteroid. So it's hardly any chance of converting this into this, but probably first will happen. Am I clear, Shreya, now? Okay guys, am I clear? I think some technical problem at her end. Okay, Shreya. But you need to understand the question. He already has given one method that scientists would be trying, and we've been asked to pick up the choice which will justify. So we need to justify the actions of the scientist. Okay, so some technical problem again at your end, Shreya. So we shall be moving on to next question. Now in this particular question, we have been asked to pick up the misfit one. So we are talking about, question is easy straight away, and fourth is the answer. The rest talking about the chameleon effect is so strong. The first could be the third statement. The chameleon effect is so strong and deeply embedded in our behavioral repertoire. Repertoire means the storehouse, repository, that many anthropologists and social scientists believe that it evolved as a shortcut to help our ancestors to bond with each other. This is a very general sentence. So third after third, second, I think back in tooth and nail days, 3 to 1 will form one group, and fourth, tendency to mimic the people seems to be hardwired in us. So it's talking about a little different thing. No doubt somewhere later in the passage you will find even fourth statement, could find fourth statement even, but 3 to 1 will form one group. Now the only point I wanted to discuss is that whenever we are solving misfit questions, 3 will form a group and 1 will lie a little outside. The third will be the fourth. The odd one out will not be so odd that could be easily taken out of the group. So we have to link the sentences as per the theme in them. It cannot be, we simply cannot apply every time all sentence rearrangement tricks. If you go by only tricks, then you will find 2 sentences in one group and 2 sentences in the second group, and this way it will be very difficult for us to pick up the odd one out. So we need to group 3 together, and 1 will be left and 1 will be lying a little outside. So that's how we go. So you are Faraz or Farz, I think Faraz. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Faraz? Is my voice reaching? Okay, so let's move ahead. Okay, now this is again a summary of the paragraph. Now summary means we need to pick up the main points. Summary should not include the examples. So it is about quantum mechanics supplies method for accurately calculating the result of diverse experiments, especially with minute particles. The prediction of quantum mechanics, however, give only the probability. I'll just underline the keywords. Now probability of an event, not the deterministic statement, whether or not event will occur. Because of this probabilism, Einstein remained strongly dissatisfied with the theory. He thought that it was incomplete. In quantum mechanics, the motion of place decided in terms of probability, that we all know, only because some parameters that determine the motion have not been specified. Significantly, this hidden parameter quantum theory leads to experimental prediction different from those of quantum mechanics. Einstein's ideas have been then tested by experiments performed since his death, and most of these experiments support the ultimate keyword, traditional quantum mechanics. That's how we solve, and we need to understand what exactly is going on. It's one of the tricks we apply, and this trick we taught, that has been taught to track the main idea. Okay guys, let's check the answer then. So Einstein was not satisfied. He stated that there are few hidden parameters, and if they are calculated, if they are found, then probably we can determine the position of the electron or any microparticle accurately. So he was not convinced with the probabilistic model of finding the location. So he was more into deterministic model, but when tested after his death, results supported traditional quantum mechanics rather than whatever he stated. So pick up your choice. So Einstein was a little doubtful. Do we find any word close to this word doubtful? Yeah, he was skeptical. Yep, skeptical about quantum mechanics, but was not deterministic. As it was not deterministic, so another main point, his skepticism turned out to be unfounded. because results supported, experiments conducted supported the traditional view rather than whatever he stated. Absolutely fine. Now this is Moore's law. Very interesting question, very tricky question. First of all, tell me, did you get this question correct, all of you? Is my voice reaching you? So Shreya, are you from Patiala? Same Shreya. Okay, Pritika, I think you are a regular student. Shreya, you're from Chandigarh, but you are an online student. Or are you a regular? Adish. Still, Adish, discussion is still pending on what to do next and how to improve our score. I think Adish, if I am correct, you are same Adish Bansal or my student Shreya. Which batch? Pritika, are you online student? You're not my regular student. There is one same girl by the name of Pritika. Presently Super 100. Okay. So yes, Adish, how is life going? And how you are doing? Okay. Let's come back to the question. Moore's law is a statement, so I'm assuming that you know the critical reasoning concepts, fundamental tricks, etc. So Moore's law is a statement saying that performance of integrated circuit doubles 18 months. Statement number 1. Intel spent billions of dollars spent. Statement number 2. Your keyboard was not working. Your keyboard was not working. Okay. When you were taking the exam. No, Adish, I am saying that discussion with me is still pending what to do. I think. Yes, Shreya, critical reasoning level would be more or less similar to whatever you see here in RealCat also. If they didn't have Moore's law, they wouldn't have that advancement. Now the author assumed what? We have been asked this. Pick up the choice, guys. The question, again, you can take your time. I picked up just a few questions. What is the problem with option number 2? What's the problem, if there is any? Because most of us don't picked up even option number 2 also. Option 2 could be answer if statement 1 is if statement 2 is removed. No, Pritika. In addition to whatever you are saying, if statement number 2 is removed, then 2 could have been the best. Would have been the best. Now it is about some law plus some business objective fulfilled. So author assumed that keeping these two in mind, it's more of a managerial tool rather than a technical law. That's why. Am I clear, guys? Press yes if I am. Okay, let's move ahead. Vinayak, your question is about to come. 27th. So again, grammar based question. Again, we have been asked to pick up the, every time I have to click here. Okay, we have been asked to pick up the correct. So this is wrong. In place of semicolon, we should have colon. Now colon is used to highlight, to write list. Sudipta, yes, hi, how are you? So, and rest, let's try to figure out other errors. Now E says ambitious, dedicated, without, means, and unrecognized. Ambitious, dedicated, positive words, these two are negative words. So and will not come here, instead it would be but. A and E are, I think, wrong. The B, C, D are correct. But you should know the usage of punctuations also. It's very simple, but sometimes we are not able to recall while taking the test. Vinayak, your question is about to come and you have left the session or some technical problem is there at your end. 24, the passage based on recalling and how come we are able to understand and what are the things, reason that sometimes you are able to understand very quickly and for a long time we are able to store the things inside our mind, and sometimes we are not able to store very important things also. So author in this passage particularly discussed few things, the science, the logic, the model behind. This passage primarily is about the teaching methodology. Okay, I thought it is the third passage. And in this he came up with very interesting observation that in United States, what are the country that has been highlighted here, that primarily we can predict the behavior of students with accuracy whatsoever accuracy, that the student this particular will be successful and this will not be successful as per the passage. And he was surprised, author was surprised to find that most of the time results went against whatever was the prediction. So he then took up this challenge to find out what exactly is behind this entire so-called methodology adopted by few teachers or the education system there. He went up to few teachers and collected the data, and then he found that there's something wrong with the system and things can be improved, and probably things could be taken care of and still can be taken care of by just improving few things. And that's how the story goes. Now this question also few of the students asked me. So Vinayak, are you there now? Vinayak? No idea. Shreya? So rest of you guys, can you hear me? Vivek, Dipinder, Shruti, okay, fine. Pritika. So we need to extrapolate. Do we know the meaning of the word extrapolate, guys? Just by looking at this, I would have answered this question. Extrapolating from what is stated in the passage means you need to take this result. Yeah, guesstimate. Absolutely fine, Pritika. So you need to take this result to the other situation so that it can be generalized. So taking this result to whatever is said in the passage, that additional role, we have been asked the additional role which is not in the passage. Hint number 2, does successful teacher play that helps student to improve? Now explain things to us in a respective number of times question asked. So this is already given, so cannot be the answer. This is, I think, a little bit of this is given, so we are not extrapolating. Yes, Dipinder, I think most of the students picked up answer option number 1. So this is already there in the passage, so we are not extrapolating anything. Am I clear, Dipinder? We are not extrapolating anything. Extrapolate is to take something given to altogether different situation. So this could be because role of the teacher has been highlighted and they can do marvelous things to improve students' performances. So help guide as students set our goals based on individual strength or weaknesses. That's how it has been a little bit of. Am I clear, guys? Okay, then let's move ahead. Now, yeah, this was the question. Last paragraph, I think, as a last, I think. Very important. Vinayak has joined the session. Okay, Vinayak, lucky you. And we are discussing your question. So Vinayak, is my voice reaching? Audible? Are you there? Okay, Vinayak. And now Adish has left the session. Alternately, you are playing, leaving and joining. So Vinayak, your question has come. I picked up this. Shreya, you got this wrong. So it is about memorability and predictability, the relation between these two. So why we are able to recall the stuff and why we feel that this story is credible or not. So the final group was provided very same little story in the form of story. To the researcher surprised when tested several weeks later only did her story recall. Those who had heard the story were able to recall than other two groups. They also found the story more credible. Now this is the question number 27, Vinayak. Cause and which is the effect? Okay, nothing to worry about. So now let's try to answer. This is the answer to question number 27. This particular. Why do even most of the educated people tend to set aside their logical abilities and critical nature when listening to a story? Because stories help individuals to transport themselves away from the role of a listener to a rigorously applying rule of logic. Instead of applying logic and analyzing whatever they are hearing, they are the part of the game itself. Vinayak, am I clear? Instead of applying logic, analysis, etc., they are part of the game. And what happens? And into the story itself. They are into the story. So that is how to transport listener into the story. Then he has given the way also, that how the listeners are to be transported. And then he has given one example that stories did merely trump verbal disapproving, etc., etc. Story keep the listener offering counter argument in the first place. So you are not analyzing, not applying your brain, you are just listening, you are part of the story, part of the game, therefore you are finding things to be more credible. Now I'm using credible after therefore, means how can one find things more credible if we stop analyzing the things. So analysis, lack of analysis or much or too much analysis is the cause, and credibility is the effect. Am I clear? Yes, Vinayak. So that was answer to your question. I have written this same in the mail also. So this is your question, Vinayak. This is wrong. The more, the less, the more. So it is inverse. So more you analyze, less credible, because cause here, effect here. This particular we have reversed the order, therefore this choice is wrong. It is analysis first, less and more second, or inverse relation in this, therefore third is the answer. Yes, Vinayak, you're absolutely right. You are our future Prime Minister. Last question, guys, I think. So the ability to choose well something something something. Okay, very funny question. Sometimes the answer is so simple that we are not able to believe on our abilities. So yes, guys, quickly pick up the right choice. Question number 32. Answer to this was, I think, the general to follow. We need to follow general to specific rule 4. A. Opener, the ability to choose well seems to depend no small part upon knowing our minds after A and when we ask for more choice. So AD, mandatory, game is over. EC is again a pair, yes, EC, second pair, Shreya. Now this particular is the last question. And this particular question we picked up from the last year's CAT so-called, what we call, memoirs. There was one passage, one of the slot got this passage on frugal engineering. Means without changing too many things, without changing too much, we try to provide, most of the companies there in developing economies, even companies like Renault also, they are providing us best of the optimal quality with the minimum price. So this is actually called, passage was also about frugal engineering. Frugal means you spend wisely and you try to maximize the output. Very close option, economic wizardry, but we are not playing economics here. We are producing things, we are giving customers best of the best at a very, very low prices. So this is called, so this is a low cost heaven, very subjective word. So how come anything provided or at low prices, the thing or the place can be called heaven? So no need, there's no point in justifying this. We need to complete, so there's no hint previously. So Deepta. So it is engineering, we are producing something, we are making something, and frugal means spending wisely. So guys, time has come to wind up this session, so we are well in time. So any query from your side, guys? I still have got 5 minutes. Anything you want to ask, just type in the chat box. So I think now things are pretty under control and well under control, and you all are doing fine, and let's hope for the best. And I am now completely satisfied as far as your performances are there, or your performance on D-Day is concerned, and I know for sure that you'll be able to. So Vivek, para completion, Vivek, I'll be uploading this video in a day or two. You just watch my video. I'll be covering all the tricks. Vivek, Shreya. Okay, 24 RCs. See, first of all, the wise decision would be, in case if we come across 5 RCs or comprising 24 questions, we have to leave one of the RCs if our speed is not that much. 5 RCs, in one RC you are taking, let's say, 8 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes, 8 minutes, let's say 8 even. 8 into 5, 40. In remaining 20 minutes, I will not be able to solve other 10 questions. But 8 we are taking very idle time. Then we have to leave one RC, Shreya. So have I answered your question? So it's rarest of rare possibility that we'll get the same pattern whatever has been uploaded by the CAT authorities. It's rarest of rare possibility. But in case if we come across, generally they are giving 4 passages. In case if they increase the number of questions and increase one passage only, then for sure either I should increase my reading speed, but it depends upon the passages or the subject content given, but we have to leave one passage, practically speaking, in order to accommodate rest of the exam. But if my hold on RC is absolutely fine, then I should do all the RCs. Make sure that if I spend 10 minutes per RC, 6 question, obviously will be taking 10 minutes per RC. So 3 RC comprising 6 questions. 6 question means approximately 10 minutes. So 10 into 3, 30, and remaining 3 questions, again 10 minutes, 30 plus 20, 50. In 10 minutes I will not be able to do rest of the 10 questions. So point is, we need to leave one RC. So rest strategy we shall be taking up next time, guys. So just go and enjoy, chillax. All of you enjoy, be happy, and rise beyond your expectation. See you guys. Bye.